God damn.
Hey guys, and welcome to episode 37 of Break Time. I'm Alex.
I am Iman.
And thank you very much for tuning in to this late episode of Break Time. It's again one of those nights where it's kind of after our bedtime, but you know, as always, we're gonna make sure we give you a nice ass, at least 60-minute podcast. Mm-hmm. Go over our week, go over what's going on in the news and shit. Just shit that we find interesting, you know.
Did you go over any topics before you started?
Actually, I went over one that I thought was really interesting. But before I do that, guys, as always, remember you can check in the description. You can kind of jump around, see the different topics that we talk about if you kind of want to just hear our opinion on certain topics and stuff. You can also click the link for our Teespring store to check out some of our Break Time merch if you want to support the podcast in that way. So Iman, I had a story that I really wanted to bring up.
Go ahead.
Well, first off, you know what? Before anything, what's Hoshana's deal?
What you talking about?
Like you posted your picture of you. Well, I guess you and the rest of us with Mr. Crockett. I just remember Crockett.
Mr. Crockett.
Mr. Crockett. Me and Iman will get into that, but earlier we went to go see Avion Crockett. Iman knows more shit that he's from than I do. I just know that we went to go see his stand-up, and he is funny as shit.
It's funny as hell, man.
We'll get to him in a minute. Anyway, you posted a picture of yourself, and then the one of me, you, and Willie there with him. And so, unprompted,
right?
Hoshana just messaged you on Instagram, slipped into your DMs, and what did she say to you?
She said your hair is dry. The funny thing is, man, so a few months ago, Isaac and I took a trip to Dallas to see a UFC fight, and I posted a picture. I was actually wearing the same shirt, which is weird. And then that's when she first posted my hair is dry. I don't know why she always fucking... Dude, every time she trolls me, bro, I clap back and ruin her life.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time on Twitter, it was more public and it was really embarrassing. But, damn, what did I say? She said, your hair is dry, and I said, much like your personality. And then it just went on, and I was just killing her, man. I don't know why she fucking does that.
Yeah.
But, so she texted me, she DM'd me the same thing tonight. Mm-hmm. She said, your hair is dry. I said, hey, bitch, at least mine's real. And that was the end of it.
Calling out her weave.
I mean, shit, she made me do it, man. But, I mean, I got love her, Hoshana. I think she talks shit, but it's all, I don't take it seriously. Like, we see each other in public, and she's cool as shit. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's one of those things where it's like, keep the same energy or not. But, you know, it's cool as shit. I consider her a friend. She's a good time.
Yeah.
No hard feelings in my case. I know you have a serious vendetta towards Hoshana, though.
I don't have a vendetta. I just, like, I don't know.
That's a good keyboard warrior, it seems like, right?
Iman had this thing where him and so we went to go see
for a while, man.
We went to go see Avion Crockett earlier today. I'm telling the audience. Funny dude. What's he from, Iman? Like, what's some shit that people might know him from?
He's been on Mad TV.
Yeah, Mad TV. A Haunted House.
A Haunted House.
I
don't give a fuck, Keisha.
And Willie said he was in Pixels.
I
with
guess.
Adam Sandler.
Wild 'N Out. He's one of the big breakout stars on Wild 'N Out, or just big stars on Wild 'N Out. Came up in the '90s Def Comedy Jam era. Yeah, man. He had a little sketch show, Circuit City, for a while. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, man, dude's killing the game.
Yeah. So for me, first time I've ever been to a stand-up thing live. Super great experience. Like the energy's really badass. It's funny and all that.
You got a shitty crowd tonight, man. I feel bad about that. It's the Sunday night crowd. What do you expect?
I definitely did feel like the crowd was kind of not bad. Like they were laughing and shit, but I feel like they could have been a little more, you know, like involved and stuff. Yeah. And then unfortunately, the 2 people that were, or I'm sorry, like the 3 or 4 people that were trying to be involved were just fucking idiots. And I was like, stop being a piece of shit. So yeah, anyway, but we're heading home from the show. Super great. And you and Willie, or you were accusing me of being a troll. You were saying I'm a troll, or like if I was a keyboard warrior. And then we're having this conversation because I was telling you like no, like because Iman's like, if you're talking shit to people on social media, Alex, you're a troll.
You said that's the main reason you like using Twitter was to talk shit to people. I said, dude.
I mean, not necessarily talk shit to people. Like, I'm not just on Twitter like talking shit.
That's how you made it sound.
I don't use Twitter a whole bunch to begin with. No, what I'm saying, like in general, I like social media because like I can like fuck with people. Like that's what I said. I can
it's
fuck with
keyboard
people.
warrior shit.
Nah, man, because I was telling you this. Even in high school, I was fucking with people.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, man. That's kind of what killed the argument for me. Is like you do keep that same energy in real life. You know what I'm saying? So you could back it up. You're like Charlamagne.
I'm not someone who's gonna see someone in person and be like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?"
Yeah, exactly. And then turn around and fucking
I'm not doing that shit. Like if I see Hoshana tomorrow at Walmart, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah.
You keep walking your way. I'm gonna keep walking my way because I don't want to fucking talk to you.
Exactly. And I know
like,
you would do that too, man.
Yeah.
So respect. And you know everybody you talk shit about. Like a real keyboard warrior shit is like somebody you see doing good in life that you don't know they could fucking live in Montana. It's just the fact that they're doing good.
The only person I've done that with is Bill Burr. Because I don't like Bill Burr. And I was just trying to get under Johann's skin.
Dude's a keyboard warrior.
Nah, bro, but I was trying to think about who I did this with. I saw someone that I knew from school. I honestly can't remember who it was. But I saw them. They were working. I can't remember if it was like at a department store, if it was like at H-E-B or Walmart or some shit. Mm-hmm. But I saw them, and they were like, "Sup?" And I was like, "I'm just gonna keep walking. I'm gonna keep going." Okay.
You said that for real?
Yes, I did. I honestly can't remember who the fuck it was. It was someone who was irrelevant, like someone I really didn't know really well.
Yeah.
And then oh god, I went to JCPenney once when Guy Dakota was working there.
Yeah.
And he was doing this thing where he saw me and he was trying to wait. I saw him purposefully taking long to check out the person he was with. So somebody in front of me, and he was like waiting for another register to open, and then so they could take them, and then he would go, "Oh, I'm ready," and then he would take me, right? So the person in front of me goes to the register next to Dakota, and then Dakota goes, "All right, your transaction's done. Thank you." And then he goes, "I can help the next person." He's looking at me and he kind of smiles at me. And I look at the woman behind me and I'm like, "You can go."
Yeah, damn right. Damn right. I feel you on that, bro. Shit. Holy hell.
But yeah. So anyway, my point was, like, you make it seem like I'm just like talking shit on social media. I'll tell people.
No,
in person.
you make it seem that way. Because
you literally
said that's what you do.
What? But
what are you talking
on
about?
Social media. I'll do it in person.
No, okay,
but you've known me all throughout high school.
You cleared it up
all throughout high school.
No, you cleared it up, but you made it seem that way in the beginning, though. I know you talk shit, man, virtually and in real life.
Yeah,
but that's your life, man. You know, no judgment here.
Like I was shitting on Johann.
Yeah, that was funny as fuck, dude. That was funny as hell.
No, I mean like about the analytics for our video.
Oh, Johann.
So, our good buddy. Oh, fuck, man. That's the earliest that's ever happened in the podcast.
Like in 5 minutes in.
No, it's like, yeah, it's probably like 7 minutes in.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll wait a minute.
Really? We're gonna wait?
Moment of silence.
Oh, you're right. Go ahead. Yeah.
How was that salad earlier?
The salad was pretty good, man. I'm actually surprised, dude. So for $2 more, right, as opposed to a Walmart salad, you're getting a much more rich leaf, right, and then the spinach.
At Walmart or at Whataburger?
At Whataburger, sorry, Whataburger. Mm-hmm. The chicken's a lot more fresh, obviously. Mm-hmm. And I kind of want to shoot myself in the foot for not going there more often. You know what I mean?
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude. That Walmart salad's not the best.
Yeah, Whataburger salads are pretty good.
Yeah, man. I'm digging that shirt, by the way, man.
Thank you, man. I dig your shirt. The salads in Whataburger are one of the very few things that are that can't be fucked up too much.
No. Yeah.
You can't. Oh, anyway. So, goddamn, what was I saying? What was my fucking point?
Johann.
Oh, yeah.
Analytics.
So, Johann, analytics. So, our good buddy, so me and Iman, I've decided at the end of every month, I'm going to put together, at least I'm saying it right now, unless I accidentally delete shit. But right now, I'm taking like every month, kind of like I did last month. It'll be like we're gonna post it this week sometime. It'll be the highlights of February 2018, and it'll be like clips from the 4 episodes that happened, because 4 weeks in the month or whatever that happened in that month, right? So, I was doing that for this one, and I was going back and seeing what our popular clips were, and not that we have a whole lot of views, but we average about 45 to 50, maybe 60 views per podcast. And I was looking at the analytics of how long people view it, which is sometimes 8 to 20 minutes. And I was looking at which ones people viewed the most. Right now, our most viewed podcast, at least of 2018, What?
No, go ahead.
Our most viewed podcast of 2018 is the one with our good friend Brianna Yanes. And that's probably because she has boobs. So
It's gotta be because she has boobs.
Yeah, so that one was
I
really...
guess yours just aren't cutting it, man. I'm sorry.
What?
I guess yours just aren't cutting it, dude. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I mean, shit, it's whatever. It's fine. Anyway, so hers was good, and then I'm looking at all the other episodes, and all the other episodes are averaging 50 views, close to 60 views. I look at Johann's episode, and Johann's episode has like 24 views.
What happened? For the longest time, it had 16.
Yeah, it did. It got 24 because I was clicking on it. No.
Oh, shit, you felt bad.
I know.
Why are you even bringing that up, man? Just this behind the scenes shit to make Johann feel bad.
Hey, but his episode a while back with Tyler, that was good.
That was booming. That was
good, but that's because I had Tyler in it. But
Johann's a great guest, man. We got a lot of love for Johann.
Our analytics are like, we went from 50 to 25.
I know, right?
Gotta get this man out of here. Nah, bro.
It's a 50% drop, goddamn.
So I'm going to go over some stuff.
Some enemies.
Obviously, we're going to go over some stuff that was in the news. I had
absolutely,
a really interesting story that I read this week that I wanted to run by you, see kind of what your thoughts were on it.
Absolutely.
So there's this boy, and kind of recapping the story, might not get all the details right, but it happened this week. There's a young man in Illinois, 16 years old. He's in high school. And apparently there was a big ruckus at his high school over the school shootings. And he made a statement. I forgot if it was in person or online or if it was like during a stream or something he was doing. But he made a statement that said, and I'm pretty sure this is pretty accurate, if not the exact statement, but he said, y'all better stop talking about school shootings or else I'm going to do one. Like, that was his statement, right?
Hilarious.
So he gets arrested, detained, processed. They go search his home and everything. It's a big-ass deal.
As it should be.
He goes in front of a judge, right?
Right.
And the judge takes away his phone. Can't have a phone anymore.
Right.
I don't know how long. I don't know for how long. They didn't let out all the details. And the judge banned him from playing violent video games. Like, that's a thing. Like, so...
Fuck it.
One... I thought it was interesting because, like, now we're going to get some, like, clapping back at people who are, like, making those statements, right? So, like...
The judicial system is clapping back on these motherfuckers, dog.
People can't just say shit anymore.
Yeah.
Be like, I'm just going to go do a school shooting now. Like, now you're getting repercussions for that shit.
I like that, dude.
So,
we're not... Yeah,
on one end, it's cool. Now, on the second end... For me, I'm like, where does that kind of stop? Or, like, what can be seen as a threat now? Uh-huh. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like comedy. Like, what can be seen as comedy until you kind of get to just offensive or whatever.
Right.
And the other thing is the judge had the power to say that he can't
play video games.
One, how do you keep track of that?
Well, it's kind of like if you're a therapist and one of your patients is suicidal, he has the power to say, "Hey, I'm gonna talk to your parents. I'm gonna talk to your loved ones. You're not gonna be left alone." You know what I mean? So they do have the power to, like, eliminate or add things to a person's life. I know a therapist does. If a therapist does, I'm sure a judge would. You know what I mean? But that's crazy. Not crazy, but I get it. Fuck that kid. Why would fuck that kid, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, to me, the conversation that I thought was interesting was, the one, that could even happen. That's the thing. I think it's really cool that he's getting repercussions.
Right.
Personally, I don't think the repercussion is correct. Personally.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think that, because there have been several tests, and I was looking it up. I can't fucking remember the university or whatever it was, but they've done several tests on if playing violent video games adds to the aggression of younger people between the age of, like, 17 to, like, early 20s, right? And it shows there's no correlation between playing violent video games and
I don't doubt it,
aggression or anything, but it says that there's no that it doesn't raise your aggression levels, but it also doesn't, like, lower your, I guess, calmness or whatever. I don't know how to put it.
Okay.
But, like, there's nothing that happens in your brain. Like, video games don't rewire your brain
in any way,
or they don't change, at least according to these studies.
Yeah.
So my thing is, like, there's no facts about
Absolutely.
that shit. Like, we have facts that the ozone layer is going away and that the ice caps are melting, and everyone's saying it's a myth.
I know,
we don't have any facts against video game shit, and everyone's going, it's the video games.
Yeah.
It's the video games. And the other thing is that Trump came out recently, and he was making statements about the violence in video games and all that. And then I believe I mentioned this on an earlier podcast, but then there was like that senator, whatever, I can't remember exactly what type of government official he was, but he came out and blamed shootings on violent video games, which personally I think is bullshit.
So yeah.
But I don't know. What do you think about that? As far as like just how you might feel about the correlation of violence in video games and all that kind of shit.
I think there's this is where I stand on it, right?
Yo, bro.
So between the ages of 17 to 20, whatever, you're still developing, but for the most part, your brain is kind of finished developing at like 16 or 15 or something like that. At least enough to not be rewired by video games anymore.
Yeah.
But to take a 5-year-old and have that 5-year-old play Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty, I don't believe that it's going to do anything good. You know what I mean? For the development of the 5-year-old.
Is it?
Well, hold on,
okay, sorry. Go ahead.
So I mean, with that being said, I don't know. I don't know the fucking studies. I haven't read any studies, but I don't know what exactly the games do to your brain. But with that being said, I personally don't see a correlation between violence and video games. But so the reason that I don't necessarily disagree with what the judge ordered is because so when you're dealing with a person that's fucked up in the head, right? And I don't know if that kid was. I know I can name 50 people who would tweet the same shit trying to be funny on the internet. Yeah. But I guess in this case it might have backfired. But let's say he really is a little fucked up in the head. You gotta treat that person that's messed up in the head as a person who is messed up in the head. So there's no correlation between violence in video games amongst normal functioning people like you and I. But take somebody that's fucked up, that is maybe autistic and naturally more aggressive. There might be some negative correlation between a violent video game and his everyday interaction with people. Yeah. So I don't know. So I think for especially the times that we're in now, they probably were overshooting their shot, but I respect them for taking a step in any direction. Yeah. I think to overreact to a situation like that is better safe than sorry, man.
Yeah, so it's always better to stand for something than nothing.
Yeah, they tried something, man.
Yeah.
They tried something. We're in the early phases of trying to figure out this crazy-ass problem. And like I said in the last podcast, or 2 podcasts ago or whatever, let's experiment with some shit, man. Let's see what works. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and again, one of my things with it is that I'm just really happy that there's a repercussion or that we're doing something. Because me and you, and you know, you can probably go back to old podcasts and figure out what school I'm talking about, but me and you went to a high school where there was, and I'll just tell the story, but me and your mom went to a high school where at one point in our high school lives, a young man who I think he had some type of...
who's definitely fucked up.
Well, no, I think he had, I don't want to say his name or like what exactly he had, but he had some form of disability in some way, I believe. Or he had some kind of learning disability or something. But he did have a battle that he was going through with himself. And one day he was irate in a class and they dragged him out and he yelled and I was in the hallway where this happened, so we heard it and we ran out and we went to go see. They were pulling this kid out of class. He said he was going to come to school and he was going to shoot all of the N-words, and he said that. And early the next morning, we came to school. It was a normal day. Teachers weren't supposed to have a meeting, but they were called to the office or called to wherever to have a meeting with all the teachers and shit. So they came back. No one said shit. Second period rolled around. So in our school district that we're at, apparently the way it works is after second period, that is your attendance for the day. Yeah. And the amount of kids in the school, or the amount of kids who are in attendance at the school, dictate how much money the school makes quarterly or monthly or whatever.
Yeah, some shit.
Some bullshit like that. So after second period, when they did attendance, and they put in their numbers for the day, then they sent out a phone call and an email to parents letting them know that there was a threat. And
damn, I forgot about that.
Yeah. And I remember because there was like extra cops at the school during lunch and shit. And then right after that happened, there were kids that were getting picked up.
And damn, I forgot about that, man.
Did you remember that, right?
Up, yeah.
So my thing with that was that, again, I'm glad that something's happening about it. And I hope that schools get their head out of their ass about shit like that, especially the school district where we were from, because it's very money based over there.
Yeah,
and they legitimately, even if they felt that it was an illegitimate thing, if the parents assured them the kid wasn't coming to school, there was a threat. And instead of telling people, there are elementary schools where a kid brought an empty BB gun to school and they told everybody.
Yeah,
they had to send a note home. They shut the school down. You know, and we had a threat. And they refused to tell anybody.
Clear threat from a kid who obviously had mental illness.
Yeah. So they didn't tell anybody until after we got attendance in to make money for the day.
Yeah, man.
And I get it. You know, the school's got to make money. But at the same time,
I don't get that shit at all.
Well, no. I get it that the school has to make money. I don't get that it was right in the situation. I get that the school has to make money. But it is ridiculous to put any amount of money over potentially the safety of kids. Not lives, but just safety. Because something could have happened. Yeah. You know, there could have been a panic.
Crazy how museums are more heavily guarded than schools are.
I don't know about that, man. Have you seen Black Panther? He just walked in and took that shit.
Yeah, but it's like one of the best assassins to steal a fucking mask.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was that odd, he would have tore that shit down, dude. But I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Think about it, man. You're mentally fucked in the head. You have access to build an arsenal of weapons of your choosing, dude. Mm-hmm. And you have this spot where you know between 6:45 to 3 or 4, whatever the fuck p.m.
There are people there.
There are just thousands of kids from your area clustered into one fucking building, dude. If that's not fish in a barrel, I don't know what is. With maybe one cop guarding the campus who might be armed.
Yeah.
I think the fact that we've only
who might end up waiting outside for 4 minutes and not going into the school.
Now that's a thing. Now, yeah, exactly. You've got these rent-a-cops.
Here, let's kind of transition into that. So, the cop who, because you know what I'm talking about, right?
Absolutely.
The cop who, so at the, God, I almost said Sutherland Springs. That's not the right one. That's so sad that I got my shootings mixed up. That is.
Get it right, homie.
No, I'm not even trying to make fun of it. It's just very sad. But the one that just happened in God. Where did it just happen?
There was another one?
No, the one that just happened. The one that just happened.
The high school?
Yeah. Is it Florida?
Was it Sutherland?
No. Sutherland Springs was the one at the church. Right? Yeah. The one that just happened was in Florida.
I can't think of it either.
The one that just happened was in Florida,
Yeah,
right?
it was.
Okay, sorry. So see how I'm getting all mixed up. So the one that happened in Florida just recently, God damn, what the hell was my point?
The cop.
Oh, yeah. So, the shooting that just happened recently in Florida at the high school, the on-campus officer apparently stayed outside for 4 minutes while he heard gunfire going on and didn't go into the school.
What was he doing? Did they ever discover what he was doing?
Well, I just know that, I think he relieved himself, he quit. He left. No, not there, but, after the whole thing.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, So people were blaming him and shit and saying it was horrible. He should have gone into the school to protect the kids. I totally understand that.
Right.
At the same time, nobody was in his position. He didn't know how many people were in there. He didn't know what was going on. I get it. He is trained to go in there, and I understand that. But he's also a human, so we can't completely. That's what I understand.
Yeah,
I understand. People died because he didn't act.
Absolutely.
I don't know if he would have been added to that body count or if he could have saved some people, but at a human level, I can understand to an extent that he didn't go in there because he himself was scared for his life potentially.
Right.
And I get that. And I know that he's obviously going to live with that for the rest of his life unless someone, God forbid, someone does something, or because shit like that happens.
That'd be really unfortunate.
Yeah. Damn, what was I saying?
It's a late one, folks. It is a late one.
I know. I'm trying to. No. I had a point I was making, but he's fearing for his life as much as anyone else in the situation.
Absolutely.
Oh, and then he's living with it for the rest of his life, and he's the one apparently, unless they told him hey, you should step down or we're gonna fire you. So, but he stepped down, and he's got to step down because it's somewhere in his heart he's got to know or feel terribly responsible for a huge chunk of what happened.
Dude, I couldn't imagine, man. In my heart, my heart definitely does go out to him. I'm not blaming. I'm not pointing any kind of fingers at him because that's not the life I live. I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? I live by the saying, never judge a man's morality until your own has been tested.
Yeah.
So I can't say what he should have, could have, would have done. But I will say this, man. the reason that I don't totally excuse him, and the reason that I do kind of fault him, is because when you have somebody that you think is protecting you, that gives you permission to let your guard down a little bit. Mm-hmm. If I had hired security at my party, I would have been way more relaxed because my trust is now in them to keep everything under control. When I send my child to this facility with thousands of other kids who send their who have parents who send their kids there as well, we all think that place is secure. It's going to be safe because that gentleman put his signature when he signed up for the job on a dotted line and put himself in a position where he knew that death was an outcome. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If I fuck up my job, I might lose a cell on a TV. That's the worst possible outcome. Yeah. But his worst possible outcome, and he knows this signing up, is fucking death. Yep. So that, I mean, if you're not ready for that, then don't sign up for it. But I send my kid there thinking that we're safe, and I let my guard down and put it in your hands. Mm-hmm. You got to be a solid motherfucker. Yeah. If you can't handle this job, please step away because motherfuckers are gonna get hurt. Yeah. There are people who go to bars and whip out guns or whip out knives, and bar bouncers go at them to try to stop them. So how can bar bouncers in some situations be more inclined or feel more of a need to protect or at least get someone down than the police officer at the fucking school? You get it, man. Like, yeah. But at the same time, again, like, I'm just devil's advocate for me. I'm just, I can't fully fault the guy because I understand, or I don't understand. Yeah. That's the reason I can't fault him, because I understand what he was feeling. I wasn't there. I think I fault him completely. I've never been shot at recently. I mean, if anything, we could blame the training they put through. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He was obviously in no shape to deal with a situation like that. Yeah. But which blows my mind, because, fuck, dude, I mean... Sure, a big part of your job is probably breaking up fights, directing traffic, or whatever, like typical school security does. But look at the climate we're in, man. Look at the climate that we're in. Yeah, man, but to be fair, man, the climate that we're in, bro, there are kids going to high school. The high school just right there where me and you went. And every day they're going and they're like, man, did you hear about the high school shooting? And they're talking about it with their friends at lunch. None of those motherfuckers are going like, oh, we got to be on lookout. Everyone's going like, man, that stuff's not going to happen here. We're in Texas. You know what I mean? Like, that shooting happened at the church, and there were people online that were like, oh, it can happen anywhere now. Because for the longest time, it was like there were people who would post and go like, well, this shit doesn't happen in Texas because we would shoot back. When we did shoot back. But, like, I'm just saying, like, in the church thing, people did shoot back, but people still died. People still get caught in that crossfire. But it happens, man. The fact that it happens, and it happens so much. I know, but my point is just that no one like Iman, tomorrow you're gonna go walk into work maybe or whatever your day is gonna be, and you could go get punched in the face. Right. That is something that could happen to you at any moment. But you are not living every day going like, might get punched in the face today. That's not a thought in your mind, even though it happens to people all the time. So kids that are going to school, even though it's definitely different, none of them are going to school like, oh, probably going to get shot up today. You know, like, that's not something that is in their head. Right. But at the same token, so for my thing is with the cop, even though that is a part of his job, he goes to school every day going like, oh, I'm going to direct some traffic, and man, it's terrible that shooting happened in some other state. That's not going to happen here. You know what I mean? If he's thinking that, then... I'm just saying, like, no, but you can't be like that. You know what I mean? Like you can't go to the movies every single time and think like, oh, I'm gonna get shot when I go to the movies. No. You know what I mean? It can always be a thought in the back of your head like, man, this could happen. Right. But you're not going there going like, oh, gonna get shot, you know? Right. Well, to live like that, like it's like you're 100% certain it's gonna happen. Yeah. That's called anxiety. And you gotta definitely be diagnosed with some shit. But, so when you say like a kid is going to school not expecting to get shot up, I get that. Because like we were once high school kids, we go to the movies. Our intention going to the movie is to see a good movie. Our intention when we were going to high school was to pass this fucking test that we've been stressing about for whatever. It's not our job to think about how we're going to protect people. Yeah. As a security guard, you know that is your job, to protect people. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't be strutting, oh, Billy Badass over here, happy that it's going to be another day, yada, yada, yada. Oh, that shit's never going to happen. That shouldn't be your mind state. As a security guard, your mind state should be, how can I protect these kids in the worst possible scenario? For 8 hours a day, I am the father figure to these kids. It is my job to protect them. And I'm going to analyze every single possibility. Well, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to analyze every single possibility of danger they could put in, and I'm going to figure out what I could do. Because this is my sole purpose on this earth. Let's be real. On this earth, this is my job to protect these kids. So if I'm caught off guard by a school shooting in 2018 as a school security officer, dog, what are you doing?
I guess, bro. I mean, I get that, but he's also not a robot. Like, he can't be like, this is my sole purpose, I'm going to do it, all that. Because we don't know. When he waited outside the school for 4 minutes, for all we know, what was going through his head was like, I just had another baby, and I might not come home tonight. Like, I'm sorry, that's just like a reality of it.
Absolutely,
like he's probably like, man, I want to go home to my family, and if I go in here, I could die.
Yeah.
I could. In that moment, he's like, if I go in here, I'm gonna die. Like, that's the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. But I kind of want to move on to another topic to make sure we cover multiple things. But is there anything you want to say to kind of close off this one?
Nah, I mean that's just kind of how I feel about it. I totally do see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just how I feel about it, man. I believe at a certain point you got to become a robot, especially in a position where you're protecting the lives of thousands of people.
Yeah.
You got to put, their life above yours in that kind of position. Yeah. So he didn't do that. Maybe he was in a situation at home. Who fucking knows? Either way it goes, I respect him for even being a security guard in the first place. And hope shit gets better for him because he's in a tough spot right now, man.
I hope he makes peace with himself.
I definitely do.
Because he's got to do that. He's got to make peace with himself, maybe with his whatever religion he is a part of.
Exactly.
Find peace with himself, find peace with the people around him, and just it's gonna be a shit thing he's gonna have to live with for the rest of his life. But he's hopefully he finds peace within himself.
Absolutely.
We'll go from there, and we'll transition into a little segment we like to call the What the Fuck Story of the Week. Yeah,
I'm excited for this.
Yeah. So, Iman, you're the one who found our What the Fuck Story of the Week.
Yeah.
And why don't you recap it for us? Let us know what it was about. Do you remember where it happened?
I don't know the actual state that it happened. It might have been Texas. The houses in the background look like Florida-style homes.
Yeah.
But I'm just guessing, man. It was somewhere down south.
You want to look it up real quick?
So
we can just have some information on it. I'll go over what the Fuck Story of the Week is.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So, guys, like I said, this segment is the What the Fuck Story of the Week. And if you're not familiar, the What the Fuck Story of the Week is where... it's not even... now that I think about it, it's not even news on the story. It was just on social media. Oh, okay. Gotcha. No worries. So, the What the Fuck Story of the Week is essentially where we talk about topics or a news story or something that's happened in the world where it's kind of like essentially what the fuck like that actually happened. This is real life. So Iman, you had it, so why don't you kind of recap us with what happened?
I'll go through, man. So I'm scrolling through this is before he picks me up and we go to see that comedy show. I'm scrolling through Twitter and I see Thread. While I'm scrolling down, I see on my timeline someone says Thread. And so for those of you who don't know, a thread is a post in the following comments on Twitter. And usually you'll see Thread, my favorite songs of the 90s. Thread, my favorite outfits. Thread, my favorite actors. Yada, yada, yada. This was Thread. Story of how my brother got jumped and then hunted down and beat the shit out of everybody that jumped him individually. And so they had to take it off Twitter. It was blocked. It was shut down. But she gave us a link to her Instagram where she had all the videos from the situation. Not going to give out any names. Not going to give out the fucking video. Not going to give out the page. But it was the craziest shit, man. So what happened was, allegedly, the gentleman that was jumped in the first place, we'll call him Tyrell, right?
Okay. Well, so this guy,
right?
This Tyrell, as we'll call him, he was jumped by multiple people. Was there a reason why he was jumped?
Well, one of the people that jumped him, allegedly, the sister was dating Tyrell. Allegedly, and I don't know, Tyrell hit the sister in a little domestic dispute, right? So, of course, you're going to rally the troops. Motherfucker put his hands on my sister. He's got to die. So you rally the troops and you beat the shit out of Tyrell.
Yeah, so a group of dudes jumped Tyrell. Beat the shit out of him.
Tyrell. Okay. I saw the video, man. It's pretty graphic shit. Tyrell, I don't know if it was weeks later, days later, sometime later.
When he woke up from his coma.
In the same spot. Didn't even get rushed to the hospital. How fucked up. He and his sister.
Well, because his sister was there and took a video.
No. His sister was not there when he was getting jumped.
Oh, okay.
Would that be fucked up for when your brother getting jumped?
Well, I just thought that's what was going on, so go ahead.
No, somebody filmed, but it wasn't his sister, definitely.
Okay.
But, listen, So sometime after, Tyrell and his sister go on a vendetta, and they hunt down each and every individual that jumped Tyrell and beat the living shit out of each one individually, all while his sister filmed. Crazy shit.
Oh, so she filmed him beat the shit out of each
she filmed him beating the shit out of everybody, getting revenge, but she didn't film him getting jumped. Somebody else did.
But you said like he got his hands on that video or whatever that they filmed him getting jumped?
I believe so. I mean, because it's on social media. They put it on the internet.
Okay.
And so he just put it on his page and said, this is what caused everything. And so, yeah. And he doesn't like run the ones and twos and gets a fair one and wins and walks away and they shake and everything. He fucking beats them really, really bad. And you can't feel too bad because it's 1-on-1. They just took the L. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was fucking insane. Dude, he is the Liam Neeson of the hood, bro.
Yeah, man.
He is the hood Liam Neeson.
I was telling you this in the car, like, I don't know what is more gangster than that. Like,
yeah, that might have been the most gangster shit I've seen on the internet.
He got the shit beat out of him. Literally like a movie, bro. That's a movie.
Yeah.
He got the shit beat out of him. He had to come back. He went home and trained, did some push-ups, did a whole montage and everything.
Fucking made the phone call.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are, but I will find you.
Yeah.
And I will beat the shit out of you on Twitter.
He was being played by Michael B. Jordan. He's doing the whole thing. He's hitting the punching bag and everything.
Exactly.
He's knocking on people's door.
The fucking Roots playing in the background.
Yeah. Tyrell's knocking on people's door. Yeah. Where's Cole? Cole's right here. Cole, get the fuck over here. Hey,
what's up, Cole? Hey, come outside, man. I just want to talk. But finds these guys and beats the shit out of them. All 6, and there's video of it. Just took these guys down one by one. I know, right? But it was wild, dude, because he was legit catching these guys in everyday life. One guy he was on his doorstep. Tyrell knocks on the door, steps away. Dude already knew what time it was. He came outside, shirt off, guns a-blazing. He got fucked up. One dude taking a friendly stroll down the street. Tyrell pops out of nowhere. Boom, he got fucked up. Sister in the back just egging him on. But one individual really stood out to me, man. It was a Mexican fellow. He got it the worst. So what happened was pretty much the same setup like the first one. Tyrell shows up on his doorstep, knocks, dude comes outside, but his fucking mother follows him. And in this situation, I don't know why. So this is the brother of the sister that Tyrell allegedly
hit. Okay.
Yeah. Tyrell could be an asshole in this situation. I don't know, but this is crazy shit. So the mother comes outside, and Tyrell's mother is there with him. So you now have Tyrell's mother.
Wait, Tyrell's mother and the other guy's mother?
Tyrell's mother.
Oh shit!
The other guy's mother.
Damn.
The guy. Tyrell and Tyrell's sister operating the camera.
Movie.
I know.
This is a fucking movie.
Listen to this shit, dude. Listen to this shit. It was fucking crazy. So I never knew the level of love you could have for another human being until you have a kid of your own. Never had my own kid, but my sister had Emery, right? My 3-year-old niece. And if Emery is the newest addition to the family, she's the most vulnerable, being 3. So, like, if anything happens to Emery, I'm willing to die over Emery. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's just I can't help it. It's just fucking that protective instinct I have over a loved one. And so the mother is there, and we'll call the Mexican guy that's getting fucked up. We'll call him Juan, right? And Juan's mother's there. Now Tyrell is beating the shit out of Juan at this point in the video. Juan, right? And he's on top of Juan. I can't fucking. We'll call him Carlos. He's on top of Carlos. Tyrell is working the ground and pound on Carlos. Carlos is getting fucked up.
Yeah.
And Carlos's mom, she's like, "Get off of him. Get off of him. That's my baby. That's my baby. She's watching your son get fucked up." Mind you, these kids are older. So it's not like this is a fucking 5th graders fighting. These kids are like either seniors or graduated. And you hear Tyrell's mom in the background go, "Is that your baby?" And Carlos's mom goes, "Yes." Tyrell's mom responds with, "Well, that's my baby. Your baby and his friends fucked up my baby, so this has to happen."
Dang.
Carlos's mom had nothing to say.
Yeah.
And she watched her son continue to get the shit beat out of him, man.
It's kind of one of those things, man, where like you gotta take what you gotta be able to take what you give. You gotta be able to take what you give.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but dude, I've never come across too many motherfuckers you don't want to fuck with. but Tyrell would definitely fall into that category.
Oh yeah, bro.
Not because of the skill set he have, but the fucking mindset.
Yeah, man.
If your own mother can persuade another child's mom into watching her child get fucked up.
But she's right. What do you respond to that?
What do you respond with?
You can't say shit, man.
In my mind, you respond by just, hey, cut the shit out, or I'm calling the cops. Let's break the shit up.
Yeah.
She didn't even do that.
Yo, but
she
it's
goes,
like, it's like the honor of the hood, bro. It's like.
I say the hood, but they were in like some suburban neighborhood.
Man, it's the hood.
It was real high class shit.
It sounds better if it's the hood.
It's the hood, right? Hood Chronicles, man. But yeah, dude.
They're in some high class shit.
It was some high class
Carlos
shit.
Carlos like, Tyrell, please.
Tyrell, sir,
go
please.
in, sit at the lounge bar, and talk this over like men.
Tyrell, we used to study at Cambridge together. Don't you remember?
I know.
Such a shame, dude.
Look, I just went to Costco the other day. 3 pounds of nice new paper towels. Join me in putting them in each new bathroom in the home. And we'll work out our differences.
Carlos, you silly goose. That would take all day in the mansion. I don't have all this time.
Carlos, is the golf cart even fully gassed?
You silly goose. Now sit there and take this beating. But crazy shit, man. Have you ever heard of a story like that in your life, dog?
No, bro.
I mean, this isn't even like on the news, dude.
Sorry.
What's up?
You said I just thought of more to add to that joke. You said now Carlos, you silly, just stay there and take this beating. And I was like, and my thought was, I'm going to whip you like my daddy whips the nanny.
Oh my God, that's kinky shit, bro. It could be taken two ways, but yeah, man, that was some gangster shit, dude.
Yeah, bro.
Ryan Coogler, right?
I know.
Get on this shit, man. Make this a movie before somebody else does, dude.
That sounds like a fucking movie.
That's the modern day Karate Kid.
That's fucking.
You got
great.
social media in the mix. Nothing fancy. Motherfuckers knocking on your doorstep. Come outside, man. I just want to talk.
That's straight up just fighting for your honor. Like that's it.
But.
Oh God.
If Tyrell did put his hands on Carlos' sister, then it becomes a story of tyranny.
This is true.
You got the tyrant.
This is true. Well, no. So then,
assassin,
this is either one great Tyrell movie, or Carlos' sister got hit, and the end of Carlos' first movie, was him beating up Tyrell, and then this was the beginning of Carlos' sequel where Tyrell came back and slapped back.
Yeah, dude, that nigga showed up on Carlos' doorstep like warmonger. Come outside, bitch. I'm the king. Killmonger.
Yeah.
Looked at his mom. This is your son. He's supposed to protect you.
This is supposed to protect you.
I'm beating his ass.
His mom walks out.
Throws him off the balcony.
His mom walks out with her sister. He's like, "Hi, auntie."
Yeah, dude, that's fucking. Ooh, can you imagine getting the shit kicked out of you in front of your mom? Well, shit, I've been there. I've been there. Yeah, man.
I want to go into more of that story.
Let's go into that story. My boxing story.
Oh, it's boxing. Okay.
Yeah. I never got in a street fight beat up.
I've gotten the shit beat out of me by my mom.
Yeah, exactly right. Have you been in a street fight before?
Me? Nah, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I know I've never been in a street fight.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever been in a street fight. What's considered a street fight?
Fight in the street, man. It can be
one time, I saw $1 on the floor, and me and Willie both were trying to grab it at the same time. So I killed him. No, yeah.
I mean, yeah, brotherly fight, that shit happens. But I mean, a street fight with like maybe a friend had a disagreement on the basketball court or some shit.
Nah, man.
It's real boyhood shit.
Basketball.
Right? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Nah, bro, I haven't gotten anything like that.
Wow. Yeah, neither have I.
Yeah, I think, man, I don't know.
What's up?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I don't think I've ever gotten into a fight, really.
Yeah, that window's closed, man, so
yeah,
we can't be out here fighting these days.
Yeah, well, now, like if I would have fought someone, it would have, or if anybody fights someone, it has to be in high school.
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta fight someone in high school.
That's the close.
Because now, if you fight, if you fight anybody now, you're gonna get shot. You're gonna get stabbed. They're gonna call their group and stop you, and then you're gonna have to go to each one of their houses and try to kick their asses one by one.
This man is the hood Liam Neeson. He's the nigga assassin, bro. We need to get on this, dude. That's some slick shit. The way he pulled up on everybody, dog. With his sister working the camera. Oh my god, dude.
Iman, what are some other topics you had? You had some.
I'm sorry, man. That just blew my mind.
Nah, you're good. You're good.
I've been harping on that all day.
Thank you very much. That was the what the fuck story of the week.
Definitely made me go, what the fuck? Well, we can get back to the Black Panther thing, man.
What about the Black Panther thing?
Dude. Amanda Steinberg.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Amanda Steinberg, for those of you who don't know, she was a little girl that played, forget her name, a little cute girl in the Hunger Games that Katniss Everdeen got close to.
Yeah, Rue?
Rue, yes. She played Rue in the Hunger Games. Amanda Steinberg. She's really cute now, man. I don't know if she's underage, though. I can't be saying that.
Yeah.
I think she might be 18.
She's a very nice looking young lady.
Very cute, man. Very pretty. She actually turned down a role in Black Panther because she felt that her being biracial and of a lighter skin color would be sort of disrespectful to the movie itself, since it's supposed to be authentically based in Africa with real African tribes.
So the way that you worded this to me earlier is that she was saying like, or it was almost like she was saying like she wasn't black enough in a sense.
To sum it up, man, honestly.
Yeah.
To sum it up, man, yeah.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel about that?
So obviously, those that chose to put her in the movie to offer her the role, they felt that she was black enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She just felt like she was. I feel like that was just felt like that she was good enough of an actress. You know, I mean, I know you know in most cases you could be all like, why does her color matter? But in this movie, it's definitely something that matters. You know what I mean? Like you can't make a movie about the Mexican Revolution and everybody be a white guy. You know what I mean? There are some movies when you're doing a certain character or building a certain culture, you have to incorporate that race or that ethnicity in it. Yeah. I mean, I've seen her. I remember how she looks and everything. I think she would have fit in just fine with everyone if it was a strictly based off looks thing or however she felt about it. But that's also just really interesting that she took it upon herself to say like, I don't feel like I deserve this or whatever, or I'm not I'm not on the same level as some of these other people to take this step. But here's my thing: if she would have been in the movie, do you think she would have gotten any like clapback for it, or any?
Somebody would have said some shit. Somebody would have said some dumb shit. Yeah, I can almost guarantee it. But one of the points that I read in the article was that it was supposed to be, it was one of the only lands in Africa that was left untouched by the colonizer, right? The white man. There'd be no hiding the fact that, I mean, she's obviously biracial, right? So obviously the land was untouched by white man, but maybe her mom wasn't because she's obviously biracial. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So maybe that would have drew some confusion, but I don't know, man. Black is black, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Black is black, but I do respect her decision for wanting to be respectful in a movie like this. That does mean a lot. But, fuck, man. I don't know where I stand on this, to be honest. I just read this today. And it's an odd one, dude.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think it's something that, I mean, you can kind of see it either way. Like, oh, well, it doesn't matter. Or like, well, yeah, maybe she should have taken that into consideration. Because, man, we got fucking, like, what is it? Like, we got Canadian people playing Superman or whatever. Like, what's Henry Cavill? He's like some shit.
Henry Cavill? I wouldn't be surprised.
He's not from here.
What is he?
Gosh, he's not Canadian. He might be like UK from
the
UK.
Yeah. I was gonna say like British or some shit.
Yeah, he's something like that. And then Spider-Man is like, I think same thing, like British or some shit.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, I'm surprised that they just made sure Chris Evans was American to play Captain America. Can you imagine that?
Dude, that'd be some bullshit.
Guy playing Captain America, right?
God, that'd be some bullshit. But then we're talking about nationality. She's getting on some shit like ethnicity, dude.
Yeah,
like
I guess.
Ethnically, she wasn't like worthy. What do you think about that, man?
I mean, I kind of have. I don't know exactly, like, I don't have a firm, like, oh, well, this or that. Really to me, it's definitely something where, like, on one end, I'm like, well, you know what? It's good that she assessed it herself. Yeah. And went, like, I feel that because of what you're trying to do, I'm not the best fit for this movie. That takes a level of maturity to do that.
Absolutely.
Especially because it's a big Marvel film. Nobody wants to pass up an opportunity to be in a Marvel film. But at the same time, I think there's also a level of, like, man, you know, they sought you out.
Right.
So, like you said, They took it into consideration. They know what you bring to the table. They know who you are. They know what you look like. And they felt that you were going to fit into this film.
Yeah. Just take the words of the experts, man.
Yeah, but again, it's like one of those things where it's like a yin and yang thing.
Yeah.
Like on one end, you can definitely say like, well, this. And on another end, it's like it's like the cop thing we're talking about, you know?
Mm-hmm.
On one end, you can see it this way. But on the other end, you can see it that way.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah.
But there's that story, man. But what have you been up to this week, dude? Before we...
Oh, man, fuck, I didn't even ask you that.
I know.
What have I been up to? I just fucking worked a lot, bro.
Did you?
That's all. That's it. I did a career day for the Champions San Antonio.
How's that?
That was good. It was fun. It was great. It was... I had the best food. They fed all the presenters, and I was obviously a presenter there. And they fed all the presenters breakfast, and it was like this egg and bacon quiche with fruit and
oh yeah,
donuts.
you tweeted about that.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, and it was like
dude.
the best food I've ever had at a school from a school in the district that it's in, because it's the same district we went to high school in. And I remember I was like, why the fuck aren't we giving this to the kids? Like the best food I've ever had in a school, just in general. School food is notorious for being shit in most places, at least here in Texas.
Yeah.
And I remember
public school food to be exact.
Yeah. I told someone who was working there at the school. I was like, why don't we give this kind of food to the kids? And she was like, oh well, this food was like actually made, like it was like homemade. And I was
like, wow,
not homemade, but it was like made. She said, like,
yeah, okay.
I guess like they don't make a lot of shit in the cafeteria, or they make it differently.
Right.
But I'm like, god damn, like we did this for a bunch of adults who are coming in here, like. Do it for the kids, like god damn it, even if it's once a week or once a month, like just show that you can make something edible.
Dude, I know, but you know how this shit goes.
I guess, bro.
You know how this shit goes, dude. Mass production's a bitch.
Yeah, I guess.
Quality does not come from mass production. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, but like, god damn, like, it's like because it's clearly there, like it is accessible because they showed us.
Yeah, right.
Like, do it. Like, let it like there are like Motel 6 or esque. There are Motel 6 esque hotels where you pay like $70 a night to be there, $50 a night to be there, and they have a free breakfast that is better than anything that you can get at a school. How the fuck is that? But we can't get good food made in a school.
Apparently, man. I had a teacher in high school. She went to a big meeting up in Austin, the capital, like Northside, right?
Yeah.
And Northside Independent School District. That's where we went to school at.
Okay, I was trying to avoid it, but okay.
Fuck it. We've exposed them so many times on the podcast. But, dude, she came back and she spilled the beans. She was telling us pretty much how they're sitting on billions and billions of dollars of funding that they just refuse to put towards anything. How they're kind of just hoarding it, right?
The fucker.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm kind of going to go both ways on this. So you could improve the food of the school, but it's obviously going to require money.
Mm-hmm.
And my question is, what else in the school that could actually go towards education would we be cutting off by somewhat improving the quality of the food?
We wouldn't be cutting off anything if we would use some of the fucking
exactly right. It's not even being used
that they have. Right?
Yeah. Like
every year at Brennan. I mean, you've seen the boys' locker room at Brennan. You've seen the boys' locker room at Luna and shit. They're stacked with new football equipment that they don't use half the time.
Yeah.
And then they will give kids used equipment before they give kids new equipment, which in theory makes sense. But then they keep using used equipment
till the wheels fall off.
Yeah. So then by the time they use the new stuff, it's not new anymore.
Yeah.
It's been sitting in a room for 2 years.
Yeah. But I mean, but my other thing, you'd be like, man, fuck them kids. I saw a documentary. It was about how privileged American students are, from the most wealthy, the most affluent of students who go to the nicest private schools, whose parents come from money, to the most impoverished kid who has nothing, who goes to school barefoot sometimes, right? And they were saying how even those two groups have it better than most schools, and they're saying, I think it was the Middle East or some shit, and how the students in the Middle East, on paper, absolutely dominate even our best students here. They're studying 16 hours a day. They're fucking lucky if their school can even afford to give them lunch. And their parents are broke, right? And they work so hard in school because it's literally their only escape, right? Mm-hmm. They want to break into the American school system. And the only way of doing that is to excel in their own school system. Mm-hmm. But obviously America plays favorites as to who gets into their own universities. Mm-hmm. And so even though we have little Tang Tang from whatever the fuckville is busting her ass, studying 16 hours a day, top of her class, she'll still be neck and neck with somebody here who's fucking maybe AB honor roll. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the way I see it, man, we have it so fucking
just realize how
good.
Racist Tang Tang was.
Well, you know. Well, can't be fucking Mike. Can't be Mike from Syria. Like, it's gotta be little Tang Tang in him.
Little Tang Tang.
Little Tang Tang in him. Sounds like an alcoholic beverage.
Yeah, can I get me some of them Tang Tangs?
No, we're cutting you up, dog.
Come on. 2 Tang Tangs with a shot of rum.
There's 1 Tang Tang too many, homie. But,
yeah, but
I just hate hearing American kids complain about anything, dude.
Yeah, bro,
I can't take it.
But like, you know, we're complaining about like, I mean, and then maybe this is a stretch, but this kind of like a way I feel like you can think about it, right? Like, give the kids some better food, you know? Kids are shooting up schools and shit, and kids are like depressed and shit. Maybe just even though it sounds stupid, but
I know where you're going.
You know very well
I know where you're going.
that your whole day can change if you have a good meal, or like your morning can change if you have a good meal or whatever, right? Why don't we stop feeding our kids cardboard fucking pizza and baby tongue soup, which is what I fucking see.
Remember that shit, baby tongue soup?
Yeah,
that's some old school shit, dog.
And like, why don't we give them like a nice, like, it sounds really stupid and maybe like super privileged or whatever, but give them like some nice eggs in the morning, like some fucking sausage or whatever,
some fresh fruit.
Yeah, like give them fucking something.
Give them some goddamn nutrients.
Like I've been to school for several years. If you one might not be able to tell, but you go through the lunch line in the morning, and you get some shitty pancakes that they just heated up, or you get this square pizza thing that is wet yet dry at the same time.
Yeah.
And hard and oddly chewy. And then they give you this little round sausage that tastes worse than the ones that you get at McDonald's. Yeah. And then they give you a little carton of juice that's this big. And then you get to the front, right? And they got fruit there next to the cookies. Because fruit is extra. Fruit is seen as like an extra thing you get. It's not part of your meal.
Yeah.
Like, it is so ridiculous.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, so like, give the kids some fucking eggs in the morning. Yeah. Give them a hash brown or some shit. Like, but actual hash browns. Like, food. Like, give them food. Like, not like the bullshit that sometimes we see. I know someone who works at a cafeteria for Northside.
Do you?
And yeah, I don't know if they want me to say it or whatever.
No,
but,
of course not.
They're not anything to be ashamed of. But they were saying that they don't put salt in anything, which I guess is a health concern thing. Maybe that's why shit tastes terrible.
Oh my god!
Salt in anything.
Oh my god!
Put salt in everything.
Put salt. That's Alex Chavez, president, 2020. What?
Yeah. Put salt in everything.
Everything. With
everything. Everything.
Campaign. Oh shit, right? Dude.
I'm gonna be like, I'm running my campaign of 3 major points. 1, not Trump. 2, we're gonna kill Osama bin Laden. Everyone's gotta look at me like, what? I'm gonna be like, 3rd, we're putting salt on everything.
Yeah! See, I think that campaign, your campaign, dude, would kill the entire opioid crisis going on, dude. Motherfuckers would go from standing on the corner slinging crack to slinging high blood pressure medication, dude. That'd be the new crack.
Damn,
that'd be so sought after.
If you walk it up, like, need some dimes? Nah, man, I was needing some nickels. Okay. Hands him five pills. Like, here you go. Take them right after your meal.
Oh shit.
They're gonna lower your. They also help with cholesterol in some cases. Oh, no. But just make sure you don't take 2 in too close proximity and everything. And if you notice any bleeding or irregular breathing, just contact your doctor.
Oh shit.
And just walk away.
Hold up, man. But is this FDA approved, man?
You think I'm slinging shit out here that's not FDA approved?
I know. I don't mean no disrespect, my brother, but you know it's crazy out here, man.
You think we got some wanky-dank healthcare up in this shit?
Okay. I'm just saying, man. Last time, my brother,
go home.
Yeah.
Eat some eggs.
Okay.
Okay. Read your kid's bedtime story. Take the pills. You'll get the best night's sleep of your life. Don't worry about it. All right. Oh, hey, officer. How you doing?
How you doing, my brother? How you doing, my brother? Yeah. I'm just saying, man.
You caught me selling all these watches.
Last week my partner, he thought he was getting Lipitor. Motherfucker just got a multivitamin.
Just gotta watch out. You want to make sure you're getting real shit. The other day, I saw this man come through. Right. Spent $50 on 10 pills. Iron supplements.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you gotta realize what you're buying.
Yeah.
You gotta get real shit.
Motherfucking Lipitor. God damn, dude.
It's gonna get so bad. You're like, hey Mike, I've been having some pains recently and don't know how to deal with them. Oh, okay. I just got this new shit. It's called aspirin.
Oh god.
I'll give you 3 for $20.
President Chavez, what are you going to do about your newly imposed solutions of adding salt to everything, killing the youth of the inner city youth who can't afford health care, who can't get the vitamins they would need to correct the high blood pressure? What is your solution, Mr. President Chavez?
Well, I think the first thing that we need to address is I don't feel that your questions are very... you're just asking them. Okay, you're not coming at me in a way where I feel attacked or where I feel like I need to give you your answers. So what I would say to you is you need a little more salt, and the whole country needs a little more salt. The whole country. We're taking it back, and we're killing Bin Laden.
We're killing Bin Laden.
And all the rednecks who don't know shit are like, yeah!
Exactly, right?
Take out Bin Laden.
Every warehouse worker in America is losing
their shit. Ain't that right, sister wife?
Sister wife. Oh, shit. Cousin brother. But you know what, dude? What would I have to do? Just out of curiosity, man.
Cousin brother, monkey wife.
Just out of curiosity, I really want to know, man. What would I have to do to get you to run for president?
Give me enough money to run. What
oh yeah? No, I know you wouldn't. I know any normal human being would not want to fucking run for president.
Yeah, bro.
That's a crazy ass job. So what would it take for you to run for president? All monetary gains aside, dude. What would Alex Chavez run for president for?
Dude, I'm sorry, bro. You're gonna hate my answer, right?
Oh shit.
I would run for president, right?
Yeah.
And I would the first thing
you would make Yelp mandatory, wouldn't you?
No, I would run for president, and I would sit down with Barack Obama for fucking hours.
Yeah.
And talk to him about how he leads.
Oh shit.
And what he thinks is the most important thing that I as a person can potentially what?
The whole goddamn campaign would be copy and paste, man.
No, not that. Because okay. I feel that based off of what people would react well to, and the ideals that people like, because of, if I'm going to do anything, I understand that you can't come in completely fresh and everyone's going to like you.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So if I can come in with some kind of backing, or if I can come in with the scaffolding of someone who I feel, and a lot of people feel, is, if nothing else, if not a good president, someone who's a respectable person who understands how to talk to people.
Okay.
I would really want to talk with him, kind of get his opinion on things, kind of feel see what he thinks. And I might not agree with him, but I at least want to help propel, because he's the most recent president that I would be able to think of. It's not going to go talk fucking George Bush.
No.
He's the most recent president that I can think of that I think would be able to have some good advice for me. That's what I would do. Like if I'm running, or if I were to get elected, whatever. If I were just to become president, right? So I would do that. And then I would try to solve, realistically, I think what I would try to do would be to try to solve problems that, as shit as it sounds, I would not go after immediately. I wouldn't go oh, what's our foreign affairs situation? What's our when are we building this wall? What are we doing with this? What about the NRA? I would be let's figure out shit about society first. American society. I would go after figuring out how we can help, not feel like you're changing people, but how you can help people have not a wholesome, but how you can help people have that that foundation of what America used to be, as far as working hard, having a family, building your kingdom of yourself and your people around you, and building up your community. I would want to focus on that.
Start with thyself, yeah.
Exactly.
You can't tow a car.
That's what I would think.
Fuck yeah.
Personally, that would be me. Obviously, I'm not actually running, and I'm not president, but that would be what I would say. And nobody would vote for me, because everybody would be like, what about abortion? And what about the NRA?
And they would dig up old break time clips and be like, oh shit, this guy's Hitler.
yeah.
I get that, man. I like that philosophy, dude. You can't tow a car if the fucking tow truck is messed up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you gotta start with thyself, dude.
That's what I would say. And some people would be like, oh, this is a waste of 4 years, but if I have to waste time not doing other things, but at the end of the 4 years or 8 years, whatever, I could hopefully have fixed that foundation or started that foundation, I'd be like,
yeah,
I did it. Like,
absolutely.
Because no president, and I think it's totally ridiculous, right? No president ever comes into office. Mm-hmm. I don't think any leader, any senator, any mayor, any principal, who's dealing with issues, any type of leader, no one comes in and goes, I'm going to solve every issue. Everyone comes in and has to go, I'm going to solve issues B, Q, and Y, and then y'all are going to have to check out the rest as y'all go. But I know I'm best equipped to check off these and do these. And then, because it is completely ignorant, and you're not going to get anything done. Like, it's the saying that I use a lot in my sales pitches when I talk to people. It's jack of all trades, but master of none. You have to pick what you know you're good at and excel at those things. Because if not, you're going to try to do everything, and you're not going to do anything.
Fair enough, dude.
So, I mean, that's just me. Like, with any leader, like I said, especially the president, you come in and you don't say, you don't say, oh, I'm going to build a wall, I'm going to fix our economy, I'm going to figure out healthcare, I'm going to do this, I'm going to figure out abortion, I'm going to figure out gun laws, I'm going to stop shootings, I'm going to kill Osama bin Laden, I'm going to fix our stuff with Vladimir Putin, I'm going to kill North Korea. You can't come in and say all those things.
In 4 years. Yeah.
You can't, bro. No. There are people who can't get their fucking tax score fixed in 4 years.
Absolutely.
So... I mean, it's great. Everyone wants to come in here and hear you say that. But I think a better leader would get people to rally behind fixing things. Like, hey, these are the things that I feel like I'm going to do. Yeah. And realistically, I can do these things with support. You know what I mean? As opposed to, like, I'm going to come in and do fucking everything. I would rather a president come in and say, I'm going to do these 3 things before my term's up. And then the next guy is going to figure out the rest. Or if you elect me again, I'll pick another 3 or 4 things. And I'll do those fucking things. Like, that's what I would think. That's
a solid plan.
Yeah, I mean, but in practice, I clearly don't know the ins and outs of the government.
Fucking of course not. We're just talking shit in my bedroom right now.
No. Like, I don't know the ins and outs of the government. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be like, all right, guys, how can we get America to fix itself, and how can we... And they're going to be like, Mr. President, there was just WikiLeaks. I'm going to be like, what the fuck is that?
I know!
I'm trying to fix this. And then they're going to be like... Oh, Mr. President, your senior advisor, his sex tape just got uploaded to the internet. I'm gonna be like, I'm trying to figure out how to help underserved communities. And they're gonna be like
underserved communities? What the hell's going on?
They're coming in, they're like, sir, Steve Jobs just came back from the dead.
Oh shit! He's doing Thriller in the parking lot,
and everyone's freaking out about religion. And I'm gonna be like, guys, I need to figure out wholesome America.
President Chavez, there was a bit of a hack, and your dick pics are plastered all over MySpace. It's chaos outside.
And then Tommy Lee Jones is going to walk in and be like, Mr. President, aliens have just taken all of New Mexico.
They can have it. Fuck New Mexico.
I'm going to be like, guys, how do I get kids to care about education and not their Jordans? That's all I'm trying to figure out. And then I'm gonna assign Dashi as head of public relations. Okay.
Dude, that's good. That's a good plan, man. That's a good plan. I think it's kind of what already happens, but I think it's be kind of hard to. But the problem is presidents seem to stray from that. I don't know if they realize that other problems are more important, or they are advised differently by the people around them. But they do seem to play straight from that, because like I know when presidents are going in, they're sat down and they're asked the questions of what do you plan to tackle during your campaign, during your election, right? But yeah, man, that's some good shit.
Yeah, but it's also like hard because I'm sure, I'm sure you can't walk into a room and say like, hey, I'm gonna make America wholesome, I'm gonna fix the debt, and I want to start building a wall next year. Like if those are your 3 things, right?
Right.
And everyone's gonna be like, okay, that's what you're doing. Then the other guy comes in and goes, I'm gonna fix the guns and the abortions and the stuff and the things and everything. Yeah. You know, and it's just, you know, I guess.
You know what wins elections, dude? Vagueness.
Vagueness?
Being vague as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make America great again.
Yeah, that's the
fuck do you mean by that, bro?
Like, Donald Trump is a Transformers film. Okay. Where it's a bunch of shit happening, but at the same time, nothing's happening. Right. Okay. It's a bunch of shit on screen, but nothing is happening. Nothing's changing. Nothing's going on.
Yeah.
You know, Obama was what is it? Obama is Hacksaw Ridge because there's shit going on. There's battles he's overcoming. He's helping people, and he's sticking to his morals, and he is getting it done. Yeah. And Trump is Bumblebee blowing through the buildings, destroying everything, saying he's saving the world. And he looks back and goes, and Bumblebee looks back and goes, I'm glad I saved the city from the Decepticons, and the city's destroyed. Exactly. He killed the one Decepticon, but he killed everyone else also.
It's like, I killed the cockroach, but I set my damn house on fire doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fun stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
Speaking of, this probably be our last topic, huh?
Well, I was actually about to end, but go ahead.
I want to get into this, man, before we close it out, dude. Vladimir Putin, I wrote it down.
Yeah.
Out there in Russia, flexing them military nuts on us, dude. He out here flexing nuts, man. He had a whole Comic-Con-esque panel of the smartest scientists he included, and they're pretty much just talking shit about their badass military developments, their crazy-ass nuclear warheads that can't be shot down by anti-nuclear missiles that we have. And he's like, yeah, what you gonna do, Trump? What you gonna do, other allies or other enemies or whatever the fuck? Mm-hmm. He literally was like talking like that, dude.
Yeah. He
was warning people, sending warning shots to people, bro.
Yeah.
And our boy DT, whatever the fuck, is awfully quiet.
DT, what the fuck do you
Donald
mean?
Trump.
Oh, DT.
When Kim Jong-un was talking that shit, our boy DT was all over it.
Yeah,
calling him fat.
They're like,
right?
They're like, Mr. Trump, you still have yet to respond to the Vladimir Putin ordeal, and he's gonna be like, well, me and Pootie are friends.
Me and Pootie are friends. He's just kidding, that silly little Pootie.
He's kidding. He's joking. Sir, he just tweeted that your hair is fake. He's like, what?
It's personal now, bitch.
Get those missiles primed. And then President Alex at this point would be like, I'm just trying to figure this out. I have not met with a single black child yet.
President Chavez is on day 47 of being in bed. He refuses to leave the White House. This is not good. But, damn, man. Crazy shit, dog.
Yeah, I really don't have much to say about it. I'm just like, okay.
Oh, about Putin
Vladimir Putin? Yeah, I'm like, okay, you got it. I'll just be glad if his missiles can make it somewhere, not fall in an ocean somewhere.
You be glad?
Because at least he has a backup to his insults or his shit talk.
Yeah, we've lowered the bar of our enemies, dog.
Yeah,
it blew my mind.
It's kind of like a cartoon, like North Korea shit, where he's that little troll on the other side of the river, and he's like, "I'll get you! I kill all of
you!" Yeah, he's that guy.
He throws a rock. He's like, "The best scientists on this. Why isn't this working?"
But last thing, dude, it blows my mind, dude. No pun intended. So North Korea was really hot a while ago, even more so now.
Yeah.
More so than now. But they were really hot as far as like the possibility of us going to war with them. Mm-hmm. Now we kind of dismiss them. But back in the day, people were even dismissing them when they were like first proposing the nuclear threats. Mm-hmm. And everyone's like, man, if we go to war with North Korea, dog, it's a wrap, son. We're going to kill them motherfuckers. But think about it, man. So North Korea compared to our military kind of ain't shit. Let's be real.
Yeah.
But we were losing soldiers in Iraq, dog. Against Lil Ting Ting and them. At this point, he couldn't make it to college, so he resorted to Al-Qaeda.
Yeah.
Hiding in the sand dunes with AK-47s and rags around their heads and running in flip-flops, man. Killing our boys.
In flip-flops.
Wearing $1 million worth of fucking gear meant for war. A few of them were dying, dude. And that was bullshit compared to what's over in North Korea. So, I mean, people are laughing at North Korea even now, but I'm not sleeping on them motherfuckers in the slightest, dog. I'm actually scared shitless of North Korea.
I don't know, bro. I just feel like North Korea, like, they don't have anything like we do. You know what I mean? I think we're just to fly over North Korea, drop a bunch of hot dogs, and then attack, they're gonna be too distracted.
Oh shit!
It's gonna be like
hungry as fuck.
Oh, Ford, glorious Ford.
That's how we'll do it, bro. We'll kill him with Thanksgiving, dog.
With Thanksgiving, we're gonna drop a couple turkeys.
Exactly.
Now we'll just drop a couple turkeys with rat poison in them. Let the job get done. Let the job get done. Alrighty, guys.
Man.
Thank you very much for tuning in to this episode of Break Time. Again, if you want to support our show, you can check out our Teespring link at the bottom. Check out some of the shit we have there. Iman. Oh God, I don't know how to say that. Iman. I started hiccuping. I was like, Iman. Iman, is there anything you want to tell the good people before you head out of this episode of Break Time?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. What can I say to that's not going to be the same shit that I say every episode? Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you comment. And yeah, we're going to keep doing this shit, man. We love you guys. What's up,
I'm sorry, I was looking at this, like, it looks straight. Oh, it started moving.
You're so amused.
It looks straight up like balls in a shaft right there. Oh, look at it again.
Oh, shit.
Moved.
Lava lamps are fucking weird, man.
Alrighty, guys. Well, again, thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time on Break Time.
You.